Today, I wanted to go over the different scenarios of selling and purchasing a home. What's going on, everybody? This is Coffee with Chuck 74. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today, I wanted to go over the different scenarios of selling and purchasing a home. Think back to the last time you bought or sold a home. How many hours did you spend worrying about what happens if we don't find a home before our lease is up? Or how am I going to keep the whole house clean before showings? And this is the one that's been happening a lot this year. What happens if our home sells before we find a new one? I'm not going to lie, buying and selling a home, it's not always a smooth process, but I've seen it all. Cold feet, inspection issues, appraisal issues, low inventory, and my favorite one, emotions running high. What I like to say is, if I'm not worried about it, you shouldn't be worried about it either. If I'm panicking, that's the only time you should be panicking with your home sale. So that's kind of where I want to stay with that. But when we work together, I want to make sure I take as much of that stress off, so then you could focus on the important things, on your move, especially now with this market shifting. And it being fall, the market has definitely cooled down. So I would like you to focus more on the move than, the actual transaction in itself. Now let's talk about the fall season. Right now, interest rates has been lingering in the high 6s, low 7%. Because interest rates impact home affordability, properties have been on the market a little bit longer than they would a year ago, even earlier this year. So this means that buyers have less competition and more power to negotiate with their sellers. I'm not saying that it's a full buyer's market yet, but instead of having 12 offers, there's 1, 2, that sellers need to be very, tread carefully to make sure that they are negotiating properly. So what does this mean? Marketing for sellers is more than important than ever. This reminds me of early on in my real estate career, because we needed great photos, professional videos, understand how to work digital marketing, social media marketing. And that's how we're able to get top dollar for the house based on the marketing there. So that's what's happening right now in the fall market. Around this time, though, too, what I like to say is, if you are thinking of selling in the spring, it's great to get started right now. There's a lot of things that you need to do for the spring market, and I like to start prepping now, so then you have all this time to make sure that you're good to go before next year. So, you got to prep, get rid of, declutter, the big stuff. Like if you could get rid of your big furnitures, if you plan on getting new stuff, that's a very great time to do it now. Putting your plan together. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Do you have a place to stay if your home sells before you find a place? So, that's that. Photography. In some cases, I will take and advise people that are selling in the spring, especially in the early spring, to take photos now. So then when early spring comes, we are ready to go. Let's say, for example, right now, we could take photos and you clean up your home faster than expected, and we're still in winter. We still have good photos from now instead of snow on the ground and all that other stuff. And it's not as gloomy out yet and all that stuff. So very good time to get your marketing things together there. Other things that I have suggested in the past, get your pre-inspection. So you, the seller, hire an inspector to go and see what things are on that he finds. So then you're able to finish those things up before we put it on the market. especially if there's any big red flags. So you could you could get ahead of it and take care of all that. And, finally, at least meet with me, talk to me, let me know. No commitment. You don't have to do all that. I'm here for you if you need any help or anything along those lines. But, I want to talk about your goals, your priorities, and put together at least some sort of strategy to help get that done. But that's what I got for you guys today. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday, a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Cheers!